in LA who was a reputable agent, scouting agent. It was initially Wilhelmina models. And so they gave him the opportunity to come to New York for an audition. When he went out there, he ended up getting a lot of callbacks, but he was back in LA. And they said, well, you know, you're getting all these callbacks, but if you're going to model for real, we need you out here. So he had never been on the East Coast either. So he was like, and at this time, my family had found out that I had done adult movies. Now, mind you, I had an ex-boyfriend, Jake Steed. He was my boyfriend at first. He manipulated me into the adult film industry. I only did 8 movies in a 6-month period of my life in the year 1999, but those 8 movies in 6 months follow me to this day. And I signed a residual contract, and Jake Steed been collecting all the money. He done put me on Pornhub. I'm everywhere. And they said he hiding out in South America. He been collecting my money the last 20-some years. I'm the one that gave Ray J and
what world I was being brought into.
The world within these walls was inconceivable. A horror house of sexual abuse and international sex trafficking.
I was abused by people that I can't even mention here. There's a lot of scars hidden behind those walls. It should be ripped down. It should be burned to the ground. Some of my worst memories are from this place.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, I do.
Jeffrey Epstein led a privileged life. His extraordinary wealth on show around the world. He had his own fleet of planes, a private island, ranches.
William Scott said that at 2:27 a.m., officers responded to a wellness check, which we're getting more details. We don't know if that came from some of the, maybe there was in-home surveillance technology that alerted the police. Maybe Paul was able to call from his phone, or maybe there was enough noise that a neighbor called something in. We didn't get those details from the press conference, but we do know that the police got out there. When police arrived on the scene, they saw Paul Pelosi with a hammer in his hand, and the suspect, David DePape or DePappy, it's been said different ways, the 42-year-old man, also with the hammer in his hand. As soon as the police arrived, DePappy then attacked Pelosi with the hammer, Paul Pelosi with the hammer, and police, immediately intervened. But injuries were severe enough that he was taken to the hospital. Paul Pelosi, both were taken to the hospital.
Nobody's coming until the morning. The answers really don't do anything to make you less paranoid. I would take the cold boxes of food and create an ice shelter type of structure. So you want to prevent the blowing air from cooling you down to the point of hypothermia. That's how you're going to circulate your inner warmth. Another professional Reddit survivalist writes, many restaurants have large plastic bags in or on those wire racks. If that's the case, take 2 bags, wrap yourself in them, utilize your body temperature by breathing inside the bag, but not enough to suffocate yourself. Come out for air every now and then. You'll last 8 hours. One person comments, I worked at a fish and it's like about $10,000 a month, right? The only problem is Courtney made all of this money on OnlyFans after she was accused of stabbing her boyfriend to death in April of 2022. So she kept posting 4 months after her boyfriend died because he had a knife in his chest. He was literally stabbed to death. And she kept posting. She kept making money. She was out there. She was actually running around town in Hawaii doing a lot, going to bars. So let's talk about the viral case of Courtney Taylor. She is often known as the OF model that has been arrested and charged with
Not at the 3,000 miles, not at the 5,000 miles, over the 60,000 miles! To see one day a notorious prison turned into a museum. And when I get there, and I will get there. When I get to this notorious prison, turn a museum on my father's life. I am going to buy a shot of glass. A shot of glass with... Mother, if this could happen, a shot of glass with the name of the prison. Frosted under the glass. And my friends, as a kid, they said to me, and Enzo. This is a big plan. When this happens,
some of them are auditors or computer scientists. And that's when we sat down and we said, okay, how can we look at elections, and how could we perhaps apply statistics to look at elections to flag any concerns? And at the time, we knew that there was audits in the elections. We reviewed those. And if you're familiar, audits, that's a standard practice in finance, engineering, public safety. So auditing elections shouldn't be that much of a concern. But immediately when we did start talking about this right after the election, the concern was, as you said, people wanted very credible, very well-established concerns. And the common pushback was election denial was on the rise. So just want to make that clear. This is not election denial. This is election integrity and auditing. This is a standard practice. And because of that mindset, we said, okay, let's do this. If you can apply statistics.
Yes. Let's take the mental model of cloning. Cloning, right? So what we are taught is that if you want to start a business, you need to come up with something new, something that hasn't been done before. But the reality is that the world will very easily accept 3 of the same thing or 5 of the same thing. And usually it is an advantage to look at something that already exists and say, can another one of those exist, for example, or can I take what's there and tweak it a little bit? So there's something peculiar in the human psyche, maybe going back into our history and our ancestral evolution, where humans look down upon cloning. But if you look at it, so for example, 2 of the greatest cloners, I think, in human history were Bill Gates.
Well, this is not Ace. Oh, this is George. This is George. I'm an imposter. Ace is back in his ass. You want the best, but you got the best. The hottest man in the world. Ace Frehley. I want you. Kind of like a spaceman. Huh? No, actually, I'm a plumber.
Where are you?
From Brooklyn, Canarsie, originally.
So is Peter Cliff.
Yeah. You and I went to 2 different schools together. I think we might get along. And if you don't, Ace, you could hang up on me. You could walk away. What a putz. Who set me up with this fucking guy out the gate? But
what's your name?
Stefan.
Stefan what?
Adika.
Stefan
Adika. A-D